Hey, it's Don. Today I wanted to address a comment I get all the time. Now, I do say constantly that anybody can do what I do. There's nothing special. I don't have any magic formula or secret spell that can make me find stuff that other people can't. There's not a secret like that to this, honestly. For us, it's just taken time and diligence. Now, I hear all the time people say, well, it's because you do this or you do that or you are this or you've got the channel or all these other reasons why I am able to do this. I'm going to tell you flat out why most people don't do or don't get to any decent level in doing this. Most people won't want to work as hard as I do, and that's just the way it seems to be. People will do it for 3 months, 6 months, a year, do reselling and think that it's going to be easy. And once a lot of people figure out it's really hard, and then on top of that, you've got to handle all the financials and banking and sourcing and shipping and everything else, it's just more work than most people are interested in doing. And that does seem to be the case. Now, there's nothing different about me than anybody else. It's just that I'm not going to give up. I've got a drive. I don't want to work for anybody else. And, I'm going to do what it takes to do this. Most people, when they realize that you put in a lot of hours, don't want to do those hours. Most people aren't willing to do 70, 80 hours a week, day in, day out, to get this thing rolling. Most people may not be interested in, getting by just for a year, 2 years, maybe longer, to get a big enough income coming in to cover all your bills, your expenses, and things like that. It's taken us 3 years to go to a point where we had a sustainable, decent amount coming in where everything was paid and we were doing okay. So it's not something you just take lightly. As I said, a lot of people do give up. They're just not able to make it over a certain hump, a certain percentage. It is an option that anybody can do, though. It just means that you got to dig in. You can't give up. You've got to put in more hours than the other guy. If you're only going to want to put in 40 or 50 hours because that's what you do when you work for somebody else, you're not going to make it. It's just not feasible for a large chunk. And I'm saying everybody. There will be some people out there that can source in 20 hours, maybe 30 hours, and just have some phenomenal insider location or something. But for the vast 95% or more of everybody out there, that's not the case. I honestly do 70, 80 hours a lot of the time a week. It's not work, though. It doesn't feel like work to me because I like doing it. I've got a drive. It's a thrill getting 1,000 listings up in a week or two, or selling 5,000 extra bucks because you just busted your butt and listed a whole mess of stuff, and that's all you did the whole week. A lot of people waste time. They lose time on stuff that they shouldn't be doing, or are distracted from work, or think they're getting a lot done, and they're really not. And that's another aspect. Time into it is the biggest factor of being successful. I don't mind putting the time into it because I know what happens if I don't. I'll end up having to go work for somebody else, and I'm not willing to do that for anything. There's always a way to advance it, but you got to put the time, the energy into it, and that's literally where most people fail. Research is the same thing. I spend a lot of time on research. I try to figure what stuff is. I try to figure out pricing. I bop around to different sites, different platforms. Chrome, I do a lot of Google searches for items and all sorts of different things. For historical items, eBay isn't always the best place to find at least what it is. A large chunk of the time I'm going elsewhere. I have price guides for many items I have. Books, Reddit posts, websites. There's a ton of websites. I probably have 100 different websites that I use for different various collectibles, whether it be comic books, labels, buttons, stamps, coins, postcards. There's a ton of other platforms out there besides eBay, and there's a ton of other websites that offer a lot of good information. It takes you getting out there and finding it. Spending one day, 3-4 hours, maybe it might take you online just to figure out where these sources are for just the information. And then it's the same thing. If you think you can't find something locally and you're not scouring and spending hours online trying to figure out what's around you, you're missing out. Just driving around is not going to cut it. And that's another aspect. A lot of people can't find the items. They say, well, you're able to find them. It's where you're at, or you've got this special expertise. Well, I didn't have any special expertise when I started into this. I just didn't give up again and spent a ton of time trying to figure out where to source, where to find, what to do about this, how to do this, where's the pricing, how do I get a price? Then I use eBay for this, I use Amazon, I use other sites to figure out what stuff is. And then I might go to eBay and search it now that I know what it is. You can't always tell what something is when you find it. where a postcard is if it doesn't say where it's from, what kind of city this is, a uniform piece, a button, a photo, old magazines from a specific city or industry or something like that. There's so many areas that you have to dig into. A lot of people won't like the aspect that they will have to spend time to investigate or learn something. So again, that's another reason why people won't be successful doing what I do. They won't want to invest the time. They think they'll just buy something, list it, and it should be able to sell immediately. And it doesn't work that way. Now, I know I have a lot of long tail items in my store. You can start off and have a couple dozen long tail and have most of it quick flips if that's the case. You can build upon it depending on what you're paying for it. It's not a skill, it's just experience. You learning how to do it. You learning how to research. You learning how to find it. Every step of the way, I'm trying to figure out how to get better at something. How to be able to list 200 listings in a day by myself and still have time to do other things, which isn't that hard of a thing if you're listing the right items. If you've specialized or you're listing 200 of the same items in the same category at the same time, it's so much easier. There's so many other ways to do this, but if you're not going to dig into it and put the extra effort in it, you're not going to be successful. This takes a lot of time. A 60-hour week is probably bare bones minimum to start with. Your competitors are doing it. They're probably doing more than you. They're skunking you out on sales. They're skunking you out on sourcing trips and everything else if that's the case. There's no big historical place up here that I can just score a ton of stuff. I've got to go out and dig for it. I've got to not be afraid to knock on strangers' doors and strange businesses' doors. Sit at home and make tons of phone calls for hours sometimes, trying to source down something or find something specific. I may call 20 people in an hour. Nothing. Don't get anything out of it. But the 21st person I call is, boom, I got something. It's not giving up. It's dialing more than that first 20 if it takes that. Driving to locations, hitting people up, dropping off business cards, dropping off flyers, whatever you can do to do it. There's always a next level and next step. Even in small towns, there's bigger towns around you. It means you may have to drive. If you've got to do that, then you set everything up ahead of time. Know exactly where you're going so you're not driving a long distance from your house and randomly wandering around. Have some place in mind to go. Pick a day that there's an auction so you can source every location you can find online at that same time and then go to the auction when you're done. Do it all together. Doesn't mean you have to be out all day. It doesn't mean you're, randomly driving around. You can schedule everything. Even if you're going to thrift stores and places like that. You can schedule so you know where you're going from one stop to another all the way around and have your day planned out. You're not wasting time. You're not stopping here, stopping there. If I'm out, I don't do lunch, I don't do anything else. I just go to the spots, constantly go as quick as I can and hit them all up and check everything out. It's time savers too. People waste so much time and they don't realize how much time they're wasting. And then they look at how much time they got into the week and they realize they didn't get a lot done because they wasted a lot of time. Time management. All these skills come into play to make this work, but anybody can do this if you put your mind to it, if you're dedicated, if you don't mind putting those extra time in, those extra hours, that extra effort, phone calls, meeting people, flea markets, antique fairs, just anywhere you can think of, there's a ton of places to source at. Grocery stores you can even source at, believe it or not. Eckerd's, drugstores. You can even do RA. You can do FBA. All that stuff's options. It doesn't have to be what I do. It doesn't have to be what anybody else does. It doesn't have to be selling the same items. There's no right or wrong thing to sell. There's just good stuff to sell. Make sure it's all good stuff. It always comes down again to effort. How much time are you putting in? How hard are you working? Working smarter as opposed to harder is always better also. Now, if you want to make more money, you just work more hours. You list more items. You find more items. You put in a couple extra hours each week just to find a few more things, 3, 4, 5 more items. That extra 3, 4, 5 items may get you 150, 200 extra bucks. Who knows? That's $800 at the end of the month. That's $9,600 at the end of the year, just working a couple extra hours and getting 5 more items each and every week. That's all it takes to keep bumping it up. If I need the money, all I do is list a whole bunch more items. That's usually what it takes because we always sell 3 to 5% of everything we list the day we list it. It's always worked that way. So if you got the right items, it doesn't matter about anything else. They're going to sell and they're going to sell quickly if they're really hot and in demand items. I never worry about a certain percentage selling. There's always revenue coming in. This is something anybody can do. Again, I am not anything special in any of this ways. I've just done this for a long time and pay attention, and if something doesn't work, I change it. I do something else. If an item doesn't sell or doesn't make me money, I find something else to sell. You know, that's the luck of the draw. I've lived all over this country and done the same thing. I've done it in California. I've done it in Dallas, Texas area, Phoenix, Massachusetts, Ohio, obviously, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana. All of those areas, and that's a pretty broad range of places. As a regional, I worked and I did sourcing and I did reselling. I could find the same basic principle of things. There may be some areas like California where some areas where collectibles and things are super high priced, but there's other items you can get. It doesn't have to always be collectibles. It's what works for you. What works for me is what I show you, as well as other items that we do behind the scenes that we don't talk about. We only sell things that make us money. So if you're not making money off something, you're not making enough, you're selling the wrong items. That's the plain and simple of it. You're selling the wrong items if you're not making enough money. Or you're wrongly titling them, wrongly pricing them, or something like that. But it's just a matter of you putting the effort in, the hours in. The hours in are the key for me anyway. This is a thrill to me, watching my bank account raise, watching the money come in, watching my payouts come in from the stuff that I'm selling. Listing more means I make more money. That's the plain and simple. This is how it worked when I first started. The more stuff I got up, the more I sold. Even when it was working week to week, the more money we made because we listed more items. That's the end of the story there. But anyway, that's what I have for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified when I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
Wait till you meet Slaughter's Marauders. Slaughter's Marauders camouflage, they can't be seen. But you better believe they're mean, they're mean. There's me, and Spirit, and Footloose on the attack.
Slaughter's Marauders to the rescue.
Take this.
Go, go.
Nobody beats G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe, Slaughter's Marauders.
Equalizer, Armadillo, and Lynx. Figures sold separately.
Nobody beats G.I. Joe. Yo-Joe.